Case No. 2023-7684. Judge, Honorable Judge Robert Johnson Plaintiff, Emily Thompson Defendant, Thomas Davis. Opening Statement. Judge Robert Johnson, JRJ. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today for the purpose of justice. This court is convened to resolve the dispute between the parties involved. Please provide your testimony truthfully and accurately, while preserving your rights. Ms. Thompson, the floor is yours. Plaintiff's allegations. Emily Thompson, ET. Your Honor, I am here today to claim that my vehicle was stolen by the defendant. On June 10, 2023, I discovered that my car was missing from where it was parked. I immediately reported the theft to the police, and an investigation was initiated. My claim is that the defendant stole my car, causing me financial harm. JRJ, understood, Ms. Thompson. Now, we turn to the defendant for their defense. Mr. Davis, it's your turn to present your case. Defendant's defense. Thomas Davis, TD. Your Honor, I deny these allegations. I solemnly swear that I had no involvement in the theft of the vehicle. Ms. Thompson's claims are entirely baseless, and I maintain my innocence. I have no knowledge regarding the disappearance of the car. JRJ, understood, Mr. Davis. Now, I allow the attorneys to ask questions to the respective parties. Statements and evidence. Plaintiff's attorney, PA. Ms. Thompson, what other evidence do you have to support your claim that the vehicle was stolen? ET, there is a security camera footage that demonstrates the theft of my car. In the footage, the defendant can be seen in motion, stealing my vehicle. Additionally, the police report confirms the occurrence of this incident. Defendant's attorney, DA. Ms. Thompson, do you have any doubts about the authenticity of this security footage? ET, no, I firmly believe that the security footage is authentic. Furthermore, I would like to emphasize that the security camera was in close proximity to the scene, and it clearly captured my stolen vehicle. JRJ, understood. Now, I allow the defense attorney to ask questions. Defense attorney's questions. DA, Mr. Davis, where were you on the day the car was stolen? TD, I was at my workplace that day, and my coworkers can confirm this. I was never present at the scene with any intention to steal the car. DA, Mr. Davis, did you exhibit any suspicious behavior during the hours when the theft occurred? TD, no, not at all. I am innocent, and I deny any involvement in the alleged crime of stealing the vehicle. Testimonies from witnesses. JRJ, now, let's hear from the plaintiff's witnesses. Plaintiff's Witness 1, PW1. I am a neighbor of Emily Thompson, and I can confirm that the car was stolen on the day in question. I watched the security camera footage and witnessed the defendant committing the act of stealing the car. Plaintiff's Witness 2, PW2. I am also a friend of Emily Thompson, and on the day her car went missing, we met up. When we arrived at the scene, we noticed the absence of her car. Emily promptly called the police and reported the incident. JRJ, now, let's hear from the defendant's witnesses. Defendant's Witness 1, DW1. I am Thomas Davis's coworker. On the day in question, I was with him throughout our working hours, and I have never seen any indication that he had intentions to steal the car. Defendant's Witness 2, DW2. I am a relative of Thomas Davis. During the hours when the incident occurred, we were with our family, and I never heard of any plans or intentions to steal a car. Trial and decision phase. JRJ, after considering the parties' allegations, testimonies, and evidence, I have reached a decision in this case. In this case, the plaintiff, Emily Thompson, has presented solid evidence such as the security camera footage and the police report, which support her claim that her vehicle was stolen. Additionally, the testimonies of the plaintiff's witnesses corroborate her allegations. On the other hand, the defendant, Thomas Davis, has offered his defense and the testimonies of his witnesses, claiming no involvement in the theft and asserting his innocence. Upon careful consideration of the evidence and testimonies, I find in favor of the plaintiff, Emily Thompson. It has been clearly established through the evidence that her vehicle was stolen, and no substantial evidence has been presented to contradict these claims. Therefore, Thomas Davis is deemed liable as the defendant and is required to provide financial compensation to Emily Thompson, not only for the value of the stolen vehicle but also for the damages incurred as a result of the incident. Taking into account the additional claims made by the parties, a separate hearing will be scheduled to determine the amount of compensation. Verdict: JRJ. As a result of this case, the defendant, Thomas Davis, has been found guilty of the theft of the vehicle, as evidenced by the presented materials. He is ordered to pay financial compensation to the plaintiff, Emily Thompson, for the value of the stolen vehicle and the damages caused by the incident. A subsequent hearing will be scheduled to determine the specific amount of compensation. The case is now closed. Case No. 2023 to 98,765. Judge, Honorable Judge Jennifer Anderson. Plaintiff, Michael Johnson. Defendant, Sarah Adams. Opening statement. Judge Jennifer Anderson, JJA. Mr. Plaintiff, Michael Johnson, Ms. Defendant, Sarah Adams, we are here today. The purpose of this case is to resolve the dispute between the parties. Please provide your testimony truthfully. Mr. Plaintiff, you may proceed. Plaintiff's allegations. Michael Johnson, MJ. Your Honor, I am here today to claim that the defendant wrongfully took possession of my property. I seek to reclaim my property and request compensation for the financial damages caused to me. JJA. Understood, Mr. Plaintiff. Now, we turn to the defendant for their defense. Ms. Defendant, you are required to present your case. Defendant's defense. Sarah Adams, SA. Your Honor, I deny these allegations. I had no intention to wrongfully take possession of the property. The claims are baseless, and I maintain my innocence. JJA. Understood. Now, I allow the attorneys to ask questions to the respective parties. Statements and evidence. Plaintiff's attorney, PA. Mr. Plaintiff, how do you plan to prove that the property belongs to you? MJ. I have the property deeds and other ownership documents as evidence. These documents prove that the property belongs to me. Defendant's attorney, DA. Mr. Plaintiff, do you have any doubts about the validity of these property documents? MJ. No, I firmly believe that the property documents are valid and they establish my ownership of the property. JJA. Understood. Now, I allow the defense attorney to ask questions. Defense attorney's questions. DA. Ms. Defendant, did you have any intention to wrongfully take possession of the property? SA. No, I had no such intention. I maintain my innocence and deny any involvement in wrongfully taking possession of the property. Trial and decision phase. JJA. After considering the parties' allegations, testimonies, and evidence, I have taken the necessary time to reach a decision in this case. This case involves a dispute over property ownership. The plaintiff, Michael Johnson, claims that the defendant, Sarah Adams, wrongfully took possession of his property. The plaintiff seeks to establish his ownership through property deeds and other ownership documents. The defendant, Sarah Adams, denies the allegations and maintains her innocence. At this stage, considering the evidence and testimonies presented, it is not possible to make a definitive decision regarding the property ownership due to insufficient evidence and proof. Therefore, I have decided to continue this case for further evidence collection. The parties may request an additional hearing to present relevant evidence and advance the case to a later stage. Verdict. JJA. At this stage, due to insufficient evidence and proof regarding the property ownership, this case will continue. The parties may request an additional hearing to present relevant evidence.